Yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn show, man. Today is January the 13th, and there are, I think it's 6 games in the NBA, 7 games in the NBA for tonight. So we'll jump into those. Quick recap of yesterday. Short list was 3-2 yesterday, what we talked about on the show. I ended up making 2 of those plays, and I left you guys with both of them. Philly money line was an easy winner last night in the bounce back spot against Toronto. Went as expected, especially with the players being rolled in that I thought would play. And then Lakers and Kings under the 228.5. Lakers decided to play absolutely no defense last night. They allowed Sacramento to shoot 65% from the three-point line. Best three-point shooting night for Sacramento all season. Lakers defense is absolutely atrocious, man. We will talk about them a little bit later, but 1-1 day for myself yesterday based on that total bet. So not a lot at all. Hopefully you guys were able to find some ways to make money, man. Let's jump into it for today. Tommy says, good morning. Grizzy says, yo, what's good? Let's eat. Absolutely. What up, Markel? He says, shout out to them Pacers. Sweat of the century, though. Markel, I was thinking about that long and hard yesterday. When I talked about the game, I talked about like in the under, it was double revenge for Indiana yesterday. Without Jaylen Brown. I thought that the way that the Pacers played defense, I said it yesterday, I just didn't play it, and I felt like an idiot. I also talked a lot about like in, Utah and Cleveland under the 250.5, and I couldn't get there either, and both of those were winners. I got to start taking those, man. Got to start taking those. Let's see. What else you guys saying? What's up, DJ? Appreciate you for tapping in. Good morning, Fly Zero. Joda says, love the card today, man. Shout out to Chris for the hard work daily. Appreciate you, Joda. Let's get into it, man. I got a little bit of time and a lot to go over, so we're going to jump right into it. Yesterday, Jackson had a 1-1 split. The link is in the description, of course, if you guys are interested in checking out Jackson. It's an AI sports betting tool. They can provide you a lot of great insight, save you a bunch of time on your research for handicapping all sports, not just NBA. So yesterday, Jackson, like Boston minus the 5.5. I definitely could not get there. They lose the game outright. And then Brooklyn, Dallas under the 225.5 was a winner yesterday. Even yesterday morning, that game finished 218. So I asked Jackson for the same prompt today, and Jackson likes another thing that I can't quite get down with, which is the first play today is the Houston Rockets minus the 12. It says the Houston Rockets host 22-14, host the Chicago Bulls 18-20, in a matchup where the efficiency metrics suggest a massive mismatch. While double-digit spread can be daunting, the statistical profile of these two teams indicate that Houston is uniquely equipped to dismantle Chicago's defensive structure. So, efficiency breakdown: the Rockets currently boast the second-ranked net rating in the NBA at 7.3, driven by their top-tier offensive and top 10 defense. They rank 4th in offensive rating at 119.8, 8th in defensive rating at 112.6. Chicago, meanwhile, struggles on both ends, ranking 12th in offensive rating, 13.2, 24th in defensive rating, 116.9. So then there's matchup and analysis. The most glaring mismatch in this game is Houston dominance on the glass. The Rockets rank up first in NBA in rebound in offensive rebound percentage at 39.9 and first in total rebound percentage at 55.7. Chicago's defense allows the 30th ranked shot frequency at the rim, 36.4, which plays right into the hand of the Houston team that excels at generating second chance points, first in putback points per miss. News reports highlight that Alfred Sengun's presence is the engine of the Rockets' attack, while Chicago has seen improved play from second-year forward Mutis Buzelis, averaging 19.8 points in January. The Bulls lack the interior depth to contain Houston's relentless pressure. The Rockets also hold a significant advantage in ball security, ranking 6th in turnover percentage, while Chicago's defense is dead last in forcing turnovers at 30th. This possession gap means Houston will likely take significantly more shots than Chicago, making a blowout highly probable. So Houston minus the 12. The total bet for today is the Suns and the Heat under the 232. So it says this matchup features two of the most disciplined defensive units in the league. While both teams have offensive stars, their collective commitment to half-court execution or defensive rebounding suggests that the total is set too high for a game likely to be played at a controlled tempo. So efficiency breakdown, the Heat 20-19, the Suns 24-15 are mirror images in defensive efficiency, ranking 4th and 5th respectively in defensive rating. Miami is the most disciplined team in the league at avoiding fouls, ranking first in free throw rate allowed at 18.3, while Phoenix ranks 5th in points per possession allowed at 12.8. So the primary driver for the under is the lack of offensive efficiency from Miami. The Heat ranked 23rd in offensive rating, 18th in effective field goal percentage. While they play at a high pace, first in the NBA, their scoring offense often stagnates in the first half. In the half court, where they rank 10th in points per 100 plays. Phoenix's defense is elite at limiting transition opportunities, ranking 5th in transition efficiency allowed. News from the Heat camp indicates that Terry Rozier is out, which removes a primary playmaker shot creator from their rotation. Oh man, you guys can tell I don't read these before I get on here. Man, Terry Rozier played it so long. Phoenix is also dealing with absences, including Jalen Green. Historically, when two top five defensive meet, the game is decided by execution in the final minutes rather than a track meet style. Phoenix ranks 12th in turnover percentage allowed, meaning they won't give Miami the easy transition buckets required to push the game over to 232. Expect the defensive grind where where every possession is contested. So those are the two looks for Jackson, man. Best of luck if you guys are interested in tailing Jackson today. I do like the under look. I was looking into that game long and hard yesterday, and I landed on under, and I'll tell you guys what I ended up playing in the game in just a second. Link is in the description. Let's get into these games. Let's go. So first one up, we got the Phoenix Suns. They will be in Miami tonight. They are this line, interestingly enough, this line opened yesterday at make sure like I got the updated injury report stuff. I want to say I do, but just make sure. All right. So interestingly enough, this line opened with Miami laying a point, and I like Phoenix. Well, Phoenix was laying a point. I like Phoenix immediately in the spot, but I wanted to do my due diligence. I see that Miami looks like they are. I mean, this line is kind of like a pick. I see a pick. I see Miami laying 1. I see Miami laying 1.5 on DraftKings. I see Phoenix laying 1 on a couple of books as well. So it's really just whatever it is that you like. The total in this game, I think I saw it listed last night at 232. No, I saw it at 230.5. And it hasn't really moved a lot. So Norman Powell is the only person that's listed as questionable in this game. For the Miami Heat, he missed the game on Sunday with some back tightness when they played against the Oklahoma City Thunder. On the Phoenix Suns side of things, of course, no Jalen Green. So, like, I'm looking into the game last night, and I like Phoenix. I ended up playing them. They continue to be the best team in the league as far as ATS-wise goes. They're 13, 6-1. And, you know, like, I think there's something to be said about that. Like, some teams just respect the coin. I thought them laying 14 points in a tad bit of a spot that they didn't have to come out and play super hard. They might have a little bit of a letdown against the Wizards in that last game. They blew the Wizards out, man. Didn't even let the Wizards score any points. So I think there is something to be said about being the best ATS team. They're 13, 6-1 in their road games, and they're 9-1 against the spread in the last 10. So they're the hottest ATS team in the league right now. They've won 8 of their last 10, covered 6 straight covers as well. Defensively, they haven't given up more than 108 points, but once in their last 7 games. That was the end of a road trip right before the New Year break against the Cleveland Cavaliers. For the Miami team, I don't like the situational spot, and I don't like them with Tyler Hero being back. So Miami, this is 3rd and 4, it's 4th and 6. First game back home after a 3-game road trip. They've lost 3 in a row. They're also slightly profitable at home at 11-8. But I was looking into the Heat with Tyler Hero back, which we may have dodged a bullet the other day with their condensation game. I just wanted to say that because Miami, they lost the game. They came out and played really, really good against OKC in the first half, and I missed the OKC third quarter. They smoked them in the third quarter. But I'm just not really willing to get there. Like, Miami's going to have to show me that they can do it with Tyler Hero in the lineup. They're 3-6 straight up, 2-7 against the spread when Tyler Hero has played so far. Also 6-3 to the under. Offense just don't look great at all. From a trends perspective, Suns are 6-0 against the spread and straight up when they're laying points on the road this season. So we'll see if they can continue that. Miami is 4-1, both straight up and against the number as a home dog, but none of those games have come with Tyler Hero in so far. I was doing my due diligence last night. Phoenix also has played the 4th strongest strength of schedule in their last 5 games, where Miami is 12th. And Miami is also the worst offensive rated team in the league in the last 5 games as well. Jackson mentioned it already, kind of took a little bit of my thunder, but I was looking at like how Miami likes to score. And a lot of it is being able to get out in transition and run the fast break. Little did I know. I knew Phoenix defense was good. I didn't know that it was that good in transition. Phoenix is actually a top 3 defense in transition. They're up there with with OKC. They don't give up any transition buckets. I think Miami will find it hard to score in this spot. So yeah. And then as far as the under goes, I just mentioned, the way Miami scores, Phoenix doesn't give a lot of points there. Phoenix is also 7-3 to the under in their last 10 games, including 5 straight. And the Suns are 5-1 to the under as road favorites this season as well. So they typically bring it. I'm expecting them to bring it today. I need the Phoenix Suns, the cactuses in Arizona need water, man. I need Phoenix. I need Phoenix tonight. Let's go Suns. I didn't really look into player props because I like the Suns so much, but that's my thought process on this game. Let's go through comments very, very quickly and move on. Let's see. Vario, what's up, my guy? He says, what up, Chris and chat? I'm undefeated on the Pacers game. Hit the like button before I got it. Yeah, appreciate you, Vario. And yeah, you called Pacers yesterday as well, man. I should have not been a coward and got there with you. I was just on the fence about Nembhard, and a lot of the times I'll keep it 100 with you guys. Like a lot of the times when there's a injury report, like a big personal injury report, if I don't get the news ASAP and can make a bet, I typically just stay off the game. So I didn't even know that Nembhard got ruled in until afterwards. Around the time that the injury report gets cleared up, I'm typically like me and my son are doing basketball drills, or I'm cooking dinner, or I'm eating dinner, or I'm helping him with his homework. So that time of the day is not conducive to me being able to put a lot of sports bets in. Most of the time, 10-15 minutes before the game I will, but sometimes it's difficult, man. It's really, really difficult when that stuff drops an hour before the game starts. Let's see what else you guys are thinking here. What's up, Adam? Appreciate you for tapping in as always. It's Phoenix Moneyline play of the day. Vario likes it as well. What up, Prolific? He says Jackson a break, just trying to be on. I guess, man. Yeah, I feel like the Sharps. If that means anything to you, the Sharps are on, Miami. And I did when I sent this out to the members last night, I told them, I said, hey, if you think, I think, if Norman Powell does play in this game, that's going to make it a little more enticing, and you could get a better number with Phoenix. I do think that Phoenix might close this game as dogs. Norman Powell had a terrible game in his most recent one. I think he shot 1 for 5, 1 for 7 or something like that. I just think that they got the defenders to throw at them, and I like this Phoenix team, so I did play them on the money line here. All right, let's keep going. Jojo says he likes team total under for the Miami Heat. I could definitely see that as well. Adam says Royce O'Neal over his 2.5 3-point makes, and I can see that as well. Miami's been giving up some threes. All right, next game. That's my favorite play on the board too. Next game is Chicago and Houston. So game played in Houston today. Line was at 12 last night. It looks like it is moving. It's still 12.5. I do see it up 13.5 on DraftKings. Total has come down from 228.5 down to 224.5. Some 225s out there as well. We glanced at the injury report really quickly. What I wrote in my notes yesterday was that Kobe White was going to be out and that Tariq Eason was out. So let me just double check real quick. Yeah, of course, there's no Josh Giddey and no Zach Collins. And then on the Houston side of things, Tariq Eason, Fred VanVleet, and Dorian Finney-Smith is also out as well. So Houston has been extremely bad. But let's talk about Chicago first. So first leg of back-to-back. They do got the game in Utah tomorrow. 4 straight unders for Chicago. Offense has not looked as great as it did with Josh Giddey being there. I think this is probably the 5th game without Josh Giddey, 4th or 5th game without Josh Giddey. So offense has not looked as great. Defensively, they're playing a little bit. And they're playing a little bit slow. They're also not getting out and running a ton. So makes a lot of sense for the money coming on the under in this spot. I just thought at 220, when I saw the total was 225.5 is what I wrote in my notes. And I thought that was about right based on the numbers that I had ran. So Houston, 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games. They've lost 3 in a row. They failed to cover 5 straight. So outside of losing 3 in a row, back-to-back in Portland, and then losing to the Sacramento Kings the way that they did. What's surprising for Houston is, yes, they've been on the road, and yes, they were without Sengun in most of their recent games, but he came back in that last one, and they've just been so bad against it, in general. But they played so poorly, and they've actually played the 3rd easiest strength of schedule in their last 5 games. They haven't been playing any like they're losing to, OKC. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. Like somebody gonna stick their hand out here and say, "All right, this is the bounce back spot for Houston," but just the way that their offense has been, I know that they have a significant rebounding advantage. Of course, Jackson mentioned that. But when I was looking into Chicago last night, man, like Chicago I think it's last 5 games I was looking at. Chicago's been a decent rebounding team. Like they're not a good rebounding team on the season. Don't get it twisted. But this is what I was looking at right here. On the season, Chicago actually gives up the fourth fewest offensive rebounds. And there's more. Hold on. So that's on the full season. Just let my spreadsheets load real quick. And then last 5, so by the last 7 games, last 2 weeks, Chicago's also given up the 7th fewest offensive rebounds. So Chicago, they might not get a bunch of, offensive rebounds themselves. Like they're not a great offensive rebounding team, bottom 6, but they have been pretty good on the glass. We'll see what that looks like. I just don't really want to trust Houston. Offensively, they've been the worst 3-point shooting team over the last 5 games at 27.7%. They love to shoot a bunch of mid-range shots. Chicago's defense is best against the mid-range shot as well. Houston's playing super slow. Chicago's playing super slow. So maybe the total coming down is about right, but I still kind of feel like it's appropriately placed. So I didn't bet it. I wrote in my notes that Houston has been the worst scoring team on the offensive end in the last 5 games. The totals in the last 10 matchups between these two teams are 9-1 to the over, however. And for Houston, they're 8-2 to the under in their last 10 games. Chicago, like I said, on a 4-0 under run as well. So I'm not laying this many points for Houston. Just wanted to give you guys my thought process and insight in this game. Not really sure, man. Like maybe if Tari Eason was in, I think he helps the offense out a lot. No Kobe White. I don't like Chicago's offense in this spot either. Not sure, man. I need to read what Ime Udoka talking about because he kind of led into the team after losing twice to Portland, and then they lose to Sacramento as well. And then I'm like, bro, what y'all got going on in Houston, man? That's my thought process in this one. Just giving you guys my thoughts. I can't lay this big of a number with Houston. Let's see. Quinn says Colin Gillespie over his 4.5 boards, over a lot on boards, 4.5 over a lot of rebound chances. Okay. DJ says I will be at the Rockets game tonight. Is there someone to guard Sengun? You know what, Double? I would argue who guarded Sengun last game when they were playing against the Kings. He got shut down by who? Precious Ochoa? bro. I think you kind of need more than Sengun. Sengun clearly not enough. That's my thought process. Let's go to the next one. We got to take a second, hit the like button if you can, subscribe to the channel. Especially if you're somebody that does it all the time, man. Valuable information being shared every day. Do me a favor, smash that like button, drop the show link in the group chat, and let's keep going. So next game up, Timberwolves and the Bucks. This line is starting to move. Yeah, it was 2.5 last night. It's still some 2.5s out there. I made these graphics last night. Total's at 229.5, and it looks like it's come down to 228.5. So this one, injury report is vital. Anthony Edwards is out, and Rudy Gobert is also out. He's suspended on the Minnesota side of things. And then on the Milwaukee Bucks side of things, Miles Turner is listed as questionable in this game as well. So for Minnesota, it is the first leg of a back-to-back. It's 3rd and 4th, 4th and 6. They're coming off, a big comeback win against the San Antonio Spurs on Sunday. They were down, I think, 11, 12, 13, 15 points at halftime in that game. Came all the way back and won. And then on the Milwaukee side of things, and there's one thing I wanted to double check real quick. I just forgot to do this. Give me 1 second. Bear with me for a second. I want to look at I don't think I looked at who they play tomorrow. So Minnesota plays Minnesota does not play tomorrow. So it isn't first leg or second. It is not the first leg of a back-to-back. My apologies. I'm not sure why I wrote that down. So it's not the first leg of a back-to-back, but it is 3rd game and 4th nights, 4th game and 6th nights for Minnesota in that spot. So Milwaukee, they do have in-season revenge from the game in Minnesota earlier. It is their first game back home after a 4-game road trip, typically a spot you want to kind of stay off of. They did lose that last game, right? I think they lost to Denver on those Aaron Gordon free throws late. So The way I kind of think about this game, right? At first, I was thinking, all right, Milwaukee, like it should be a nice little bounce back spot for them, even without, like, I don't really want to trust the Timberwolves too much. They have been playing great, but I think without, the rim protection of Rudy Gobert, without Anthony Edwards, I think Milwaukee should be able to score. Like, why shouldn't Giannis be able to get downhill and live in the paint? Nas Reed is not a is not somebody that's going to protect the rim as well as Rudy Gobert is. And it makes me kind of think about points in this game. Like, I know you're missing some points with Anthony Edwards. You're missing a lot of points with Anthony Edwards. You're also missing some putback dunks and stuff. But I just kind of feel like Minnesota may play faster without Anthony Edwards. I think three-point shooting, the three-point variance in this game could absolutely make the total go over as well. I just kind of see like like Giannis living at the rim in this game. And then on the opposite side, Minnesota being able to knock down a bunch of three-point shots. That's how I kind of feel about the game. Dante DiVincenzo, Nas Reed being able to knock down some shots. Minnesota, especially if Miles Turner doesn't play. You're talking about both centers missing in this game. I think it could be a little bit of a pace-up spot in this spot. Maybe even, maybe it slows down in the second half, but like a first half over in this game was what I had written in my notes. As far as like Minnesota, they played 7 games without Anthony Edwards so far this season. They're both 4-3 straight up and against the number without Ant-Man this season. 3-0 straight up and against the spread on the road without Anthony Edwards as well. And it's just like, I feel like the games that the Bucks are supposed to win, they haven't done so since Giannis has returned. Real quick. So yeah, the Bucks are 7-11 against the spread when they're laying points this season. 7-11 against the spread and 11-7 to the under as well. They were laying points in Denver and lost that game, didn't cover the spread. They were laying 6.5 in that spot without Jamal Murray. And they lose and struggle to score in that game. They did beat the Kings, but everybody was doing that, 2 weeks ago. Beat the Hornets, but didn't cover. Won that game by what did they win by? 1? Won that game by 1. Lost to the Wizards outright. So just 1-3 against the number their last 4 games. And typically they do go under. 3-1 to the under in their last 4. It looks like 5-6. 6-2 to the under in their last 8 when they have been laying points. And as a home favorite, I don't think it's too much better. That was just a favorite in general. As a home favorite, 5-4 straight up, 4-5 against the number. Typically win by about 2 points per game. 1-4 against the number in their last 5 games, laying points. 4-1 to the under as well. So I know it's a terrible spot for Minnesota. Maybe they, potentially run out of gas late. But this is a game where I kind of think we see points early. So that's my thought process. First half over in this game, if Miles Turner is also missing. I just kind of think 3-point variance, lands with Minnesota and they're able to score the basketball in this spot. Let me just see if I can find the best number. First half total points in this game looks like not widely available yet, but 110.5. I'm gonna write that down. Add that to the short list for today if I can find a sticky. So Minnesota, this is a fairly low number in my opinion. Milwaukee, first half over 110.5. We'll see if I get there. We'll also see what happens with the injury report. That's my thought process here. Let's see. Bucks money line, Jojo says, what's up, Bully? It's top of the morning, bro. I think the Bucks is the right move today. Potentially. I think the Bucks, I thought about the Bucks long and hard last night, and it makes sense without Rudy Gobert and without Anthony Edwards, them coming off a loss. It's like, man, they're just so untrustworthy in this spot. I got to do a little bit more work on the game. First half over is what I like a little bit more than anything else, though. All right. Last game that we're going to talk about. Well, I'll go through the other ones quickly. The Atlanta Hawks and my worthless Los Angeles Lakers. Total open 234.5 yesterday, and I was kicking myself I didn't bet the Atlanta Hawks last night. I think the Atlanta Hawks win the game tonight, and I'm not even sure if like the point spread really matters. If you guys are, been a subscriber for a while, just heard me kind of handicap games. I always hate getting the worst of the number, but I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about it. So, like I said, Atlanta opened laying 1 point as a road favorite. Now they're up to 3.5, and the total has dropped a little bit. So on the Atlanta side of things, no Porzingis. Zachary Reese-Shea is also listed as questionable. I think I also saw Luke Kennard is listed as questionable. On the Lakers side of things, couple different things here. So first, You got LeBron playing on the back-to-back, which he probably doesn't play. I don't think he's gonna play. Maybe he plays, but I don't think Bron's gonna play. And you also have Luka, who's uncertain with a quad injury as well. So the Lakers' two best players are questionable for this game. And then, of course, there's no Austin Reeves. And then Rui Hachimura was available for that game last night against the Kings, and he didn't play. So JJ probably saving them for the second leg of a back-to-back. Jake LaRavia played last night, but played absolutely terrible. I think he played 30-plus minutes and finished 1 for 5 or something like that against the Sacramento Kings. The Lakers are just so untrustworthy, man. 3-8 against the spread in their last 11 games. Just 2-4 when they're playing unrested this season. They do have revenge in this spot. Atlanta already beat them earlier. That game was back on November the 8th. Atlanta was getting 4.5 points as a home dog. They won that game comfortably, 122-102. This is an Atlanta team that you typically want to play. I'm saying this like over and over again. You typically want to play them on the road. They are 14-9 against the spread on the road, 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games. They've covered 7 of their last 9 as well. And playing really, really good defense. They moved along from, the Trae Young era. They were getting, I think it was 6.5 points against with the Warriors in that game on Sunday. Smoked them. Now they got the rest advantage. I'm not sure why you don't take the Hawks in this spot. I haven't done it yet. Of course, you'll get a better number if Luka / LeBron or LeBron get ruled in this game. But yeah, everything about Atlanta in this spot makes sense to me. I think the Lakers have lost 4 straight games, 4 straight games in a row. I don't really want to touch this team right now. They just don't look like there's any camaraderie. Atlanta's playing hard, playing around Jalen Johnson. They also can do the things that the Lakers struggle to guard, like shoot 3-pointers. Saw the Kings last night, like I said at the beginning of the show, shoot 65% from the 3-point line. Atlanta can light you up, and they can get downhill with Jalen Johnson. And I like Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I like Dyson Daniels to be able to, kind of mix it up with Luka. If Luka does play, this could be a absolute smash spot for Atlanta, especially with them having the rest advantage. So lean Atlanta. Haven't played the game yet, but that's the only way that I'm thinking about it here. Simple, very, very simple. Double says Jalen Johnson to get his points. Yeah, I need to look through it a little bit more. Double, I know he gets a lot of points in transition. Lakers' the transition defense hasn't been great recently, but he also gets a lot of points at the rim. Lakers have been doing a pretty good job. Remember, I had Maxime Renaud under his points on the short list yesterday. He did stay under. He's not Jalen Johnson though. Don't get that twisted. And Jalen Johnson, dude's just hooping. So I wouldn't fade him. But the books are eventually going to price you out, with Jalen Johnson. I would look a little bit deeper into it. Barrio says he got to the Hawks early. You're a smart guy, Barrio. -118. Fading my Lakers on the back-to-back. Yeah, 2-4 is what I wrote in my notes yesterday when they're playing unrested this season. Under, Dougie Bone says, points and rebounds. What does he do? So somebody like Jared Vanderbilt, in my opinion, Dougie Bone, he'll be utilized a lot tonight. When the Lakers don't play great defense and give up 124 points to a Kings team that averages 107 or 8 or 9 or something like that. Kings are one of the worst offensive teams in the league. I think JJ Redick will make a point and take away minutes from players to add a player like Jared Vanderbilt tonight, especially to match up with somebody like he's probably the best matchup the Lakers got to be able to slow down somebody like Jalen Johnson. So I don't know if I would necessarily go under on his points plus rebounds just because he'll have a little bit more opportunity in tonight's game is my thought process. Bron's going to play for all-star purposes. He won't play long under his points. I could definitely see that, Double. I could definitely see that. I need to do a little bit more work on this game, but yeah, I'm not playing the Lakers, and I'll be looking for some Lakers unders for sure. I agree with the total coming down as well. Only reason I wouldn't play under is what if Atlanta scores 124 points like the Sacramento Kings did last night against this Laker defense and the game goes over. I am not gonna lie, I was kind of pissed with the Lakers giving up that many points to the Kings because this game was gonna go under. It was clearly gonna go under. Lakers offense have been struggling, and that's the other thing. Like Lakers, one of the worst offensive teams in the NBA. They didn't even have a 30-point quarter last night against the Kings, but they gave up 2 30-point quarters and 2 29-point quarters to the Sacramento Kings. So imagine what Atlanta can come in here and do. Let's see. Varys is betting with my mind, not my heart. Lakers don't look good defensively. That's a fact. Good morning, dude. He says after the Kings last night, we on the Hawks. Yeah, haven't bet it yet, but I agree. What up, Peasy? Appreciate you for tapping in as well. Let's go. Let's get out of here, man. So let's go through the other games. If you guys have questions, put them in the chat. Real quick on Sacramento, I'm San Antonio, OKC. I didn't touch on that, and it sucks because like I try not to, I do all my research, but I'm not going to talk about these games where like there's injury, like significant injury news. So San Antonio has Wemby listed as game time decision. Who knows if he's playing? Isaiah Hartenstein is out. He continues to be out. Like OKC got triple revenge. We know that. All three of the games, what I wrote in my notes yesterday, all three of the games OKC lost to San Antonio really was just because San Antonio's defense. And that all starts with Wemby, right? San Antonio held OKC to 110 points or less in all three games that they beaten the Oklahoma City Thunder this season. And this is an OKC team that averages 11 more points than what they've been held on average, actually more than on average against the same team. So, yeah, that is highly dependent upon Victor Wembanyama playing. OKC averages 121. They have been held under 111 in all three games. So maybe they got a little revenge in this spot, all that good stuff. They didn't cover against Miami in their last game. They're only 3-7 against the spread in their last 10. I think if they're gonna cover against the San Antonio Spurs, they're gonna need all hands on deck. And without Isaiah Hartenstein, I'd probably still be looking towards San Antonio, but I would like to have Devin Vassell, who's not going to be available for this game, I think, and I would like to have Wemby in as well. So we'll see. Also, San Antonio, they had the double-digit lead in that last game. I looked at real quick, and then I'll move on to the next one. I looked at teams that had a double-digit lead at halftime, and they lost the game in their most recent game. So they had in their previous game they lost, but had a double-digit lead at halftime. Good teams. 55% win percentage or better that are road dogs in the next game. They typically cover 55% or more. Cover 56% of the time in the next game. So that would say San Antonio in this game. But we'll see what happens with the injury report in that one. San Antonio, I wrote in my notes, San Antonio 6 straight unders, 9-1 to the under in their last 10 games overall. A lot of that is Victor Wembanyama just out there, patrolling the paint, man, changing shots, altering all that stuff. And then the only two other games we didn't go through was Denver and New Orleans. Injury report again as well. Christian Braun's out. Aaron Gordon's probable. Jamal Murray, who didn't play last game, is listed as questionable. Herb Jones on the Denver side, on the New Orleans side, listed as questionable as well. Don't really like laying points with Denver on the road as a favorite without Jokic. It is the first leg of a back-to-back. They got the Dallas Mavericks tomorrow. They have been good on the road, though. 14-8 against the number, 6-4 against the spread in their last 10. I kind of think that this is a short spread. I don't know. Maybe this is a trap game. New Orleans first game back home. First leg of back-to-back. They got Brooklyn tomorrow. They do have in-season revenge from losing to Dallas earlier this season. They have not been great recently, just 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 games, but they are 13-1 against the number at home so far this season. I don't know. Like I got a little bit more research to do, and I also would love to know if Jamal Murray is going to play. I hate the injury report. And then last one is Portland and Golden State. Staying far away from that one. Diddy is out, which is why Portland is laying. Why Portland getting such a big number on the road, 10.5 or 11, whatever the number is now. Jeremy Grant's listed as doubtful. Portland has been really great recently, 7-3 against the number. Golden State's just 4-6 against the spread. This is their fourth straight home game, coming off a 13-point loss as a 7-point home favorite against the Atlanta Hawks. And Golden State has been absolutely getting clapped by this Portland team. Portland has actually beaten the Golden State Warriors 3 straight times. So they got triple revenge, Golden State does, in this spot. They beat them twice in Portland, beat them once in Golden State. All 3 games went over the total, but all 3 of those, of course, and Deni Avdija available as well. So not sure what to do with this game. I'm probably just going to stay far away from it, if I'm being honest. Not laying that many points for Golden State right now. Think that they're overvalued, even without Deni. It's my thought process. What I bet was Phoenix money line today. The short list consists of what we talked about. Minnesota, Milwaukee over. First half over 110.5. Especially if my alternative gets ruled out. And Atlanta minus the 3.5. Phoenix and Miami under the 231.5, I think it is. And Lakers team total under. They stink. I don't even know what the number is, but they stink. And those are the ways that I'll be looking at these games, man. Still got some work to do in the player props. If I drop anything, I will share with the members a little bit later. But yeah, I need Phoenix. Like I said, man, like the cactuses need water, man. Hopefully you guys found the show helpful. Use the resources. They're all linked in the description of the video. If you guys are interested, check them out. Jackson, Outlier, Moneyball, Odds Jam. And that'll be the show, man. We'll be back tomorrow. Wednesday, typically a big card. So I'll catch you guys then, man. Enjoy your Tuesday. Out.